Over 240 years ago, General Washington enlisted the assistance of Baron von Steuben, a distinguished Prussian officer, to help instill discipline. Baron von Steuben arrived at Valley Forge in February of 1778, facing an army of several thousand undisciplined, half-starved, wretched men in rags. To correct these conditions, he set to work immediately and wrote regulations designed to teach the discipline of drill to a model company of 120 selected men. Discipline became a part of the military for these individuals as they learned to respond to commands without hesitation, as they mastered the art of drill and began to work as a team. This group developed a collective sense of pride in themselves and in their unit. Watching this model company perform, observers were amazed to see how quickly and efficiently the troops could be massed and maneuvered into different battle formations. Later, members of this model company were assigned throughout the regular army to teach drill. It was through this simple emphasis on drill that the effectiveness and efficiency of Washington's Continental Army were improved. In 1789, Baron von Steuben wrote the American Army's first field manual, the regulations for the order and discipline of the troops of the United States. The drill procedures placed into effect at Valley Forge were not changed after 85 years, and many of these same procedures are still in use of today. One form of the drill is the salute. Since early times, men of arms have used some form of salute as exchange of greeting, the most popular of which has been the hand salute. This exchange has been preserved and used continued in all modern militaries, which inherit the traditions from the age of chivalry. Throughout today's ceremony, you will see the airman presenting arms as one form of the military salute. The civilian counterpart of the salute is manifested in various ways, such as placing the right hand over the heart when the national anthem is played, or raising the hand when greeting a friend. The military salute is given in the same manner as a gesture of recognition and a friendly greeting to a comrade in the honorable profession of arms. To maintain the proper decorum and respect for events such as this, we ask you to abide by the following standards while you are here. First, there will be times you will ask to be stand for the invocation, the flames of the ruffles and flourishes, and the national anthem, the singing of the Air Force song, and the reciting of the oath of enlistment and the Airman's Creed. Second, we ask you to remain silent during these times, reflecting on the price that has been paid for our freedom. Third, we ask you to pay respect to the flag during the national anthem. Military members in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute. Civilians should stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. After the last note of the national anthem, you may then return your hand to your side. We also ask that all cell phones and other electronic devices be silenced at this time. Please reserve the strictest respect during our oath of enlistment. During this oath, airmen pledge their lives to support and defend the Constitution and our country. Please remember that the flight before you today has endured a unique 6-week journey, and these graduations are unique in that they are the first place to take out of Joint Base San Antonio-Lackland, Texas, since 1968. Thank you, and enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the entrance of our official party. Please remain standing for the playing of the ruffles and flourishes by the United States Army 41st Army Band, the presentation of the colors by the Keesler Honor Guard, led by Airman First Class Zachary Craker, the playing of the national anthem, and the invocation given by Chaplain Russell Ward.
Present. Arms. Ha! Right shoulder, arm. Left, wheel, heart. Forward, heart. On up! Ha! Hey!
Let us pray. Mighty God, this day marks the beginning of great things to come. These new graduates have successfully completed the rigorous demands of basic military training and now stand as airmen. The lessons they learned will remain in their hearts and continue to serve them in the coming days. Lord, we are proud of their accomplishments and stand by them as they step into the next phase of training. I thank you for the exceptional MTIs, leaders, and staff who instructed, mentored, and exemplified what it means to be a wingman, leader, warrior. As they embark on the next phase, there will be more challenges, obstacles, and victories. Lord, be with them. Guide and direct their steps in this new journey. I ask this in your holy name. Amen.
Thank you, Keesler Honor Guard, Chaplain Ward, and a special thanks to the Army 41st Band. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Welcome to today's Basic Military Training graduation on behalf of the 737 Training Group Commander, Colonel Michael Newsom, and the 737 Training Group Superintendent, Chief Master Sergeant Larry Guyton. We would like to introduce our distinguished guest. Today's reviewing officer, the Commander and President, Air University, Maxwell Air Force Base, Alabama, Lieutenant General James Hecker. Our guest speaker, the Command Chief Master Sergeant, Air University, Maxwell Air Force Base, Alabama, Chief Master Sergeant Tamar Dennis. Also joining us today, the Vice Commander, 2nd Air Force, Keesler Air Force Base, Mississippi, Colonel Brian Stumpy, and the Command Chief Master Sergeant, Adam Veazey. The Commander, 81st Training Wing, Keesler Air Force Base, Mississippi, Colonel Heather Blackwell, the Vice Commander, Colonel James Kiefer, and the Command Chief Master Sergeant, Sarah Esparza, and the Director of our staff, Brian Thompson. We would like to recognize our Air Force families, Forever Gold Star, and Peacetime family members joining us this morning. The 737 Training Group is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. Now focus on your attention on the flight and the instructors before you. From your left to your right, our military training instructor team leading Flight 731 is Technical Sergeant Anthony Mendoza, Military Training Instructor, 737 Training Group, Detachment 5, Hometown, Sylmar, California. Technical Sergeant Isaiah Smith, Military Training Instructor, 737 Training Group, Detachment 5, Hometown, El Dorado, Kansas. Military Training Instructor, present your flight. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating airmen before you today represent a portion of the 35,000 recruits who complete basic military training this year. The 737 Training Group provides all recruits the essential military training to become motivated members of the enlisted corps of the greatest air and space force in the world. The military training instructors are responsible for the indoctrination, development, and the discipline of the airmen. They've dedicated endless hours to ensure all training objectives are met. Today's graduates have proven through academic studies, military training, physical training, and the development of teamwork that they are ready to take their place in the United States Air and Space Force. This flight has endured a unique moment in our country's storied history and has proven to be up for the challenge. Their resiliency, fortitude, and teamwork have led them to this moment of graduation and carrying forward our history and legacy. It is our privilege to graduate these future leaders on the same day our force celebrates its 73rd birthday. On September 18, 1947, Congress passed the National Security Act establishing the Air Force as its independent branch of service. We remember our humble beginnings as a force. We cherish the pioneer spirit that has brought us to unbounded heights, and we toast to those who carry the baton another generation. In addition to protecting our nation's borders and interests, you have volunteered to protect a proud lineage. Carry that attitude with you wherever you may go. We'd also like to take a moment to congratulate all of our detachment honor graduates as well as their families. Basic military training honor graduates distinguish themselves by being ranked in the top 10% of all airmen graduating in their class. The exceptional personal dedication, integrity, service before self, and sustained excellence these airmen displayed throughout basic military training earned them this outstanding distinction. Airman Basic, Kirsten Meyer. Airman Nevaeh Torres. Airman First Class, Holly Calkins. Airman First Class, Brianna Swayze. And the top honor graduate for Flight 731 is Airman Basic, Jacqueline Collette. Before the airmen recite the oath of enlistment, we would like to thank all the family and friends who are with us via livestream in support of our graduates today. Your words of encouragement helped motivate these airmen through the 6 weeks of basic military training. On behalf of the United States Air and Space Force and Air Force Basic Military Training, we extend our thanks to the many families and friends for continuously supporting our airmen and the greatest air power that the world has ever known. Chief Dennis will now come forward and address our graduated airmen.
All right, good morning, everyone. General Hecker, Colonel Stumpy, Chief Vizzi, Colonel Blackwell, Chief Sparks. Thank you so much to the amazing 81st Training Wing, our cadre, our staff members that are here. Team Keesler, thank you for the opportunity to relive this amazing memory and help welcome this exceptional group of airmen to our Air Force. Woohoo! Wow, what a great day to be an airman. And not only that, this is a special day for several reasons. Can you feel it? Today we add 52 daughters, sisters, mothers to our enlisted ranks, as well as celebrate our Air Force's 73rd birthday. Come on, I know this is gonna break a little protocol, but can we just do it? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday, Air Force! Thank you. To all the families and supporters of our graduates, whether watching online or here today, thank you so much for entrusting us with your most precious gift, your daughters. We are better as a service because of your sacrifice. To our graduates and airmen, we are so excited to welcome each of you into our Air Force family. It is certainly an honor to serve with you. Today, you become a part of the tapestry of this great service in the defense of our nation. I challenge you to take the tools you received and will receive throughout your careers and served with a deliberate purpose. It was 26 years ago that I stood where you stand, a graduate of basic military training at Lackland Air Force Base, and a new and proud member of our Air Force family. Today, I stand before you with several other leaders as a part of our Air Force's legacy of our generation. Similarly today, you begin your journey to build on our legacy and to create the Air Force into the future. I know it may not feel like it right now, but each of you have a role in creating the Air Force you want to be a part of, and a responsibility to advance the culture that you want to see. Along your journey, there'll be days you will need to learn and days you will need to lead. Be ready for both. We have the greatest Air Force in the world, and although we have unrivaled technology, it is you, our people, that is our competitive edge. Each of you, each and every one of you. So remember, every day we need you to show up. We need your ideas and we need your energy. Be competent in your craft. Go into your organizations boldly. Every day, lead, learn with unmatched pride, professionalism, as you continue to make excellence a habit. Set the tone for what you would like to see manifested within your organization. The buck stops with you. I look forward to serving with each and every one of you. Thank you once again for volunteering to be a part of our Air Force family. May God continue to bless you and your families. We're excited for you and what is to come, and we hope to meet you on our journeys as we travel throughout the Air Force. Now, I would like to introduce my wingman, the commander and president of Air University, Lieutenant General Hecker. Thank you.
Wow, today's a great day, a big day. I am so honored and privileged to have the opportunity to bring in 52 more enlisted members into the greatest Air Force in the world. Outstanding. There was more than 52 of you when you first started. Look who's left standing. due to your tenacity, your courage, your professionalism, you've made the cut, and that's a big deal. But I know that you all realize that you would not have made this cut if it wasn't the support from your family and friends. Unfortunately, the bleachers are empty right now. They're not waiting to greet you after this, but they are here virtually, and I know they're proud of you. So to all the moms, the dads, the uncles, the aunts, the grandpas, the grandmas, the siblings, and the friends, you should be very proud of the 52 people that stand before me. I know I am. They have made a cut, and they deserve this, and they're about to enter the ranks that very few people do. To the graduates, the Air Force has a saying, and the saying is, flexibility is the key to air power. You guys were flexible. Whether it be COVID, whether it be not going to Lackland and coming here to Keesler, whether it be the 6-foot distancing that you're doing right now, which is not standard practice that we teach when we march, or whether it be, hey, let's just throw a hurricane at you 3 days prior to your graduation. You've always stood up to the challenge, and we appreciate it. Next, you're going to be going to tech training. You got to continue the drive that you had here at BMT. Be the best of the best, because that's what we expect of you from the United States Air Force. Remember who you are. You're going to walk through an airport pretty soon, and someone's going to look to you and say, thank you for your service. We have not heard that before. You have not heard that before. Directed at you. Now it's going to be directed at you. With that comes a responsibility. And that responsibility is to be the best you can be. You're in a fishbowl now. You're part of the Department of the Defense in the United States Air Force. So make sure that you're always doing the right thing. I know the MTIs teach you the Air Force core values. You don't live those when you're on an Air Force installation. You don't live those during the day. You live those 24/7, and people are always watching. So if you don't live up to those, you don't do what you want to do for yourself, the Air Force, or the Department of Defense. So make sure you always know that. You are now part of an elite group that only 1% of the United States population can say that they've ever done, and that is serve their country. No one can ever take that away from you. No one. I don't care if you're going to be in our Air Force for 4 years or if you're going to do it for 30 years. You guys have elected to do more than 1% of the population can do, and for that I say thank you, and I want to be the first one to say thank you for your service. To the mom and dads out there, I wish you were here. I know you're proud, but you even need to be prouder. But be proud of yourselves as well. What you've done for the last 18 years that allowed these folks to get in front of us today is a testament to you. So thank you for what you have done. And then the last person I want to thank, is the BMT instructors. None of this would have happened if it wasn't for them. The people that are about to enlist are going to remember their BMT instructors. I've talked to people in the crowd 18 years later, and they always refer to their BMT instructors and what they've done. They put in so much work that you don't even know. Before you get up, after you go to sleep, they're still working. So thank you so much. And to our Gold Star family over there, thanks for everything. We really appreciate it, and we'll never forget. So with that said, I'd like to ask the class, are you prepared to join the ranks of the world's greatest Air Force? Looks like me that they're ready.
Military training instructor, place your flight at attention.
Hey! And hot!
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. General Hecker will now administer the oath of enlistment.
I know this is a protocol thing, but I ask the students to really reflect on what you're about to say. Please raise your right arm and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Airman,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States
and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States
and the orders of the officers appointed over me,
and the orders of the officers appointed over me,
according to the regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
according to the regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, General Hecker. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as our newest airmen recite the Airman's Creed and remain standing for the playing of the Air Force song, followed by the departure of our official party. I am an American Airman.
I am a warrior. I have answered my nation's call. I am an American Airman. My mission is to fly, fight, and win. I am faithful to a proud heritage, a tradition of honor, and a legacy of valor. I am an American Airman, guardian of freedom and justice. My nation's sword and shield, its sentry and avenger. I defend my country with my life. I am an American Airman, wingman, leader, warrior. I will never leave an airman behind. I will never falter, and I will not fail.
Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending the 737 Training Group Basic Military Training Detachment 5 graduation. It has been an honor to serve as your narrator for today's special event. This concludes today's ceremony. Have a great day.